Alrighty, here we are. Welcome to our very first AMA, the very first session. How are you doing?
Good.
Me too. We have this fancy hat right here, filled with your questions. We're going to pick these while Elizabeth is drawing on an artwork that we're making for Tapas,
Yes.
for our very new Tapas account. Anything more to say about that?
Yeah. So if you're on Tapas, we'll be sharing our comics there as well. So yeah, we're going to be doing a little banner for our new site.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna get going with picking the questions while you're drawing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's get started. Shake them up.
Here's the question. The question is, what is each of your favorites of your own comics and why? Our own favorite comics. That's a good question. I think I like the underrated ones, the ones that didn't really took off, but we still loved at that point, and we still do. There's one with El Smucho. It's a wrestling fight. It's a wrestling fight of two fighters. One is called El Smucho and one is called El Cudlo.
El Cudlo.
El Cudlo. And then they get going and they're smooching and cuddling in the ring, and I really love that one.
And more, probably.
Maybe, we don't know. It's off camera,
Yeah.
that one. But I also love the Lucky Penny one. What do you like?
I really like the really stupid ones, like Magnificent. I think Magnificent is probably one of my favorite comics.
Which one is it?
It's the one with look at that magnificent mountain, look at that magnificent bear on top of the mountain, and then look at that magnificent spider on top of the bear, and the spider's like, I'm the shit.
Yeah, it's one of the absurd ones.
Yeah. I really like that kind of like nonsensical humor that's just, doesn't really try to be more than it is. It's just a good, wholesome moment of absurdity.
We're going to link those in the comments, in the description for sure. Okay, thank you so much for the question. Going for the next one.
All right. Dive back in.
The next question is, will there be another War and Peace collection in the near future? Yes. Not in the near future, but in the future. We have a book planned. We're working on a book, but it's more of a poem book. It's going to be shelved as a graduation book, actually. And we're working on that at the very moment. And we love it. We love working on it. And it will be out in April next year. And then we're also working on a collection. We can't really tell any more different details, right? Can we?
I think we can say what direction it's going in. It's going to be a strip collection.
Yes, it's going to be a strip collection. It will be about like nature, Mother Earth, climate change.
Yeah,
That's
and basically
topic.
like just like all the stuff that's going on that's like really crazy, and trying to find some humor in it. So
yeah, that's the one we're working on. Next question. This is a big question. It's a big piece of paper. But the question is really short. And it is, does Lord Nibbles eat Fancy Feast? What is Fancy Feast?
Fancy Feast is like a very high-end cat food, and I don't know who amongst our patrons is old enough to remember the amazing commercials that Fancy Feast used to run on television, but I remember them, and I thought they were always hilarious. There was always like this very posh cat like going towards the camera, and then there was this like speaker voice. It was like, "For only the best for your feline friend."
Really?
Oh. And it was so hilarious, and I just remember thinking like, oh my god, like what kind of douchebag cat would eat like Fancy Feast? So to answer the question, now I myself have a cat that like is extremely picky and only eats like the most expensive food, so I know what it is now. Okay. But to answer the question, Lord Nibbles, I don't think Lord Nibbles would eat Fancy Feast because he's the Lord of Darkness and has been around for probably, I think, around 10,000 years. So I think he's probably has a more unique taste, I think. So I think he'd probably, yeah. And I think he would eat anything, probably. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Probably the tuna sandwich from the dungeon.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I haven't really asked myself that question.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of Fancy Feast. Maybe we should check it out. Maybe Fancy Feast is
I think Fancy Feast is too posh for him.
Okay.
I think he would eat something. I think he's more rugged and like more like specific and like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll check out the commercial.
Yeah, check out the commercial. They're hilarious.
And we should link that one too in the description. We'll do that. Next one. This question is, who are your favorite comic artists? Whoa, that's a big one. That is a big question. From our colleagues, we admire our friend Sarah Anderson for sure.
Yes.
She's so great. Extremely talented. I don't know. It's not a secret anymore.
The secret's out.
I think people know about that one.
It's this very obscure comic. You probably never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who else? We do love Moonbeard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's from New Zealand actually. It's not that well known, I think, but he's been around for like some years. I think definitely for as long as we are, and he's amazing.
I think longer.
Yeah, maybe even longer, and he's really good. I love his art style and his sense of humor. It's really great. Who would you add to that list?
I mean, it wasn't specifically, the question was not specific to webcomics, right?
No.
Because I do have like some of like the classic things that I used to read when I was like growing up, which was like Bill Watterson.
Sure.
Calvin and Hobbes was like one of my absolute favorite comics growing up.
Yes.
What else? I love Alison Bechdel's work. I think it's like completely a different universe than what we do, but I really love it. I think it's like very dense, and she's really good at like transporting like these feelings of, you know, adolescence and coming of age that are like so, you know, hard to write about because, you know, you're usually writing about them in retrospect. Yeah.
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. And yeah,
just looking at
Peanuts, amazing.
Peanuts, amazing. Yeah, there's so many. E.O. Plauen. So there's this German fella who made these amazing comics back in the 1930s and 40s, and he was it's actually really sad because he was condemned during the Nazi regime for his comics. And was actually imprisoned. And I think he committed suicide in prison.
I don't know.
Well, he definitely didn't survive the prison, the incarceration. Oh. And it was really, like, if you read his comics, it's like, they're so heartwarming and fun and so tender. And they're always called, like, his series was called Father and Son, so you should definitely check them out. They're all also without words, so they're understandable in any language. Yeah. And that's, yeah, if you read them, they're so great. And
they're amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
So,
no wonder the Nazis didn't like it, right?
Yeah, but I think it's like so crazy because when you read them, they seem so innocent, you know?
But it's so wholesome.
It's so wholesome, yeah. It's sad, it's bittersweet, and but it's amazing. You should
Good
check
point.
it out.
That's a good one, yeah. Okay, next question here. The next question is, where, if at all, do you get inspiration for comics?
Yes.
We do get inspiration.
Golden question.
It's a question that has been asked a lot, and it's really difficult to answer, I think, because I don't know. I go for walks, and then I think about stuff, and I lay in bed, and then I don't know. I get like ideas. I don't know where ideas come from, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes you observe something and then you get your ideas from that, but that's most of the time it's just pure fiction and pure like fantasy stuff, for me at least. What about you?
Yeah, I think when you're doing comics for a certain time, it's like with any job that it starts to change the way that you think. So when you're going throughout the day, I think you see things differently. You see it kind of through the comic artist lens.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll maybe observe a situation and be like, that could be a comic, or that could, that's some sort of anecdote, or some maybe like a dialogue that you overhear or that you had with someone. And then you're thinking like, this could be a comic. This could be a funny little vignette or a scene, to work with. So I think that's one of like the blessings and curses probably, is that you're always sort of scheming, which can be annoying for people around you because you're like maybe sort of always, the machine is hard to stop once it's started.
It's true.
Yeah, that can be very annoying for friends and family.
And when we're writing comics, it's also often happening in cafes, and I get the feeling that some people get annoyed because we're imitating the voices. We're
we're pretty loud.
Yeah, enacting what's going on in the comic,
and obnoxious,
yeah. But we need that to get like in a certain.
I mean, if we're testing out a new character, we need to know if their character is like funny.
Yeah, what's the voice?
Yeah. And like, for example, when we come up with Officer McSexy.
Yes.
We would practice walking like Officer McSexy because he has a very like signature walk with his butt. Because obviously great butt. So we needed to know like, how would that, how could it be funny if he's like always walking away, and so it's about like always also acting out stuff like that, which can be sort of irritating for people.
Yeah, in cafes, yeah.
In cafes, yeah. You really want to stress the cafe.
Yeah, because we do that often.
Yeah, not that often. I mean, maybe like once a week.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've been around for like 11 years, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, we live in a small town, so basically if we go into a cafe, people will be like, oh my god.
Those guys again. Okay, next question. Thank you for that question. The next question is... What advice would you give aspiring comic artists? Don't do it. No, we think if that's your passion, you should go for it, definitely. But maybe have like a job on the side, at least for when you're starting out, and have something around that gives you some like a sense of security and safety, like a safety network. What else? I've been teaching at art school about this, so there's a lot to say. There's not this like one big advice that we could give, I think.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
I only have cliche advice.
Yeah, give me one.
So I think one of the cliches about being like creative or making like art is, I think if it's something that you want to do, then you won't be able to, really feel, I think that's something that will push through. I think that's something that you will always need to do.
Yeah,
so
it's not a decision.
Yeah, it's not really a decision.
Yeah, you have to do it.
You kind of have to do it.
Yeah.
I think there's something. It doesn't have to be something that you do full time. I mean, not being an artist does not mean you have to work as a full-time artist. It just means like you have this inner like urge to create something, and then you should totally follow that and find a way to do that in a way, like find a way to do it so that it's sustainable and that you can do it for a long time and that it brings you joy for as long as possible.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Because I think like if you're that's like with the thing you were saying with security, like if you're doing it in a way that's like making you very anxious because you're always like not sure where money's going to come from or something, then that's definitely going to,
and that can like influence
that's
the
a big
art.
issue for a lot of people that are making art.
Definitely.
So I think it's totally valid to say like, okay, I have this job that takes care of like the financial side, and then I have time to create free from pressure.
And you should definitely like protect your art from financial issues at the beginning, at least. Like protect it.
Yeah, like we were very lucky because we were studying at the time.
Yeah.
We were like 21 when we started with War and Peace, so we were like young and didn't have like a high like standard of living. I think we like ate like couscous and beans all the time. And
exactly,
we're like, okay, we're just happy to be like, everything was cheap because we were like students and we had cheap healthcare, and it was kind of like a good place to start and be like really silly about it. And like all of like the money, like the worrying about money came later when we finished, and we're like, oh shit, now we have to earn money with comics.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Also listen to Comic Lab podcast.
It's like your new thing.
It's my new thing. I really love that one. It's
I really love it too, but you're like always like talking, have you heard the new comic?
I mean, it's really good, and if we would have known about this like
we would have
a long time ago,
yeah.
we
would have made my English, wait. We
just
would have made much less mistakes.
Much less mistakes, exactly. Yeah.
We made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
I can ask that for the next AMA. What were your biggest mistakes? We're not going to answer them now.
We're going to talk about that.
Not now.
Not now.
You have to ask us again.
All right, but I have another question. And the question is, where do the characters come from? Any specific sources of inspiration, or secretly based on friends and family?
All of the above.
Not really based on friends and family. Do we have a character that's based on friends and family? There was one, right?
Yeah, like we did have, like we've had characters come and go over the years. Like we used to have this one character called Dr. Heartbreak, and it was kind of loosely based on your father. Exactly. Even though I have to say your father is one of the most nicest people on the planet, and Dr. Heartbreak was
he was the meanest guy,
kind of like an ass.
But from the looks, he was inspired.
And also
from
like
the looks.
also like his nonchalant like attitude. Like sometimes your father has like a really cool, I don't know. It's like
he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, and he's very funny also. And I think maybe we.
But what about the characters?
We can link to an old Dr. Heartbreak because some of them might not know Dr. Heartbreak.
I don't know. Are they in English already? Because we started in German. We mixed like German and English in the beginning.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So other characters. Yeah.
Besides that, not really.
Let's go through our other characters. Like let's go through like the top. Like
Slutty Witch.
I mean, Slutty Witch was your invention. You basically came up with her.
Yeah, but it was not like based on someone. Not really. Like it was based on like several traits by several people, I think.
Ah, okay.
But I cannot like really tell like which trait came from which person, but it's definitely a mix.
Okay.
Of it. Then we do have the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
He was your brainchild, I think.
I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was your brainchild. Was this guy kind of inspired by anyone?
No, I just imagine like if you've been around for that long, then you've probably seen it all, and you're probably just like give zero fucks and are like really cool. I don't know. That was just like I don't know. I just imagine like this very like, and he'd probably skate because skating is like something I'm scared of skating because I'm scared of hurting myself and dying.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're death, like I would skate all the time. Like what's gonna happen? You're gonna break a bone. You can just pick a bone from the skeleton and just put it where your bones were. So
that's one of the pros, definitely.
Yeah.
One of the cons is it's really hard to find your soulmate.
Yeah,
you don't
it
have
really
a soul.
is. You don't have a soul.
Or do you have like all the souls?
You have all the souls. Also hard to find your soulmate.
Exactly. Yeah.
So unrequited love.
Big issue in our comics.
Big issue.
It used to be a big issue in the comics. It still is sometimes.
World peace, the environment, unrequited love, and butts. That's probably like the 4 big.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one. I have another question. Did you ever read Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace?
Oh my god, I'm so sick of no. Okay. That's kind of
for that question.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
But no. We both haven't read it. It's a very long book.
Yeah, it's extremely long.
Don't force us to read this one.
And tedious, and yeah, we have stuff to do. We're busy. But maybe when we're in retirement.
Oh, that's a nice question. Which is not really a question. It's keep up the awesome work.
Aww.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We'll do. We won't stop.
We'll try. Yeah, we're doing our best.
Awesome. All right, big question. Is there a specific theme or character that you prefer to do comics about? Perhaps something where the writing just comes more naturally than usual.
That's a good question.
It is. I just love the Slutty Witch character, but the writing is still super difficult about her. But I love her, like very much. I think one of your favorite characters is Officer McSexy, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely your idea.
Officer McSexy. I like, and I also like writing Robot and Professor. I think that's also like something I enjoy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, we should.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Also the Grim Reaper. We have so many ideas for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we love all of our characters, right?
I really do feel that. Yeah. I feel like every time we were just saying like, oh yeah, we should, and that's like the thing. Like I think the characters, the world has gotten to a point where we have to really like take care to not forget to include them after a certain while.
Yeah. Because the universe is expanding.
Yeah. And we also want to, have new characters, or maybe characters that are just show up once. Or Bob and Bob. I love Bob and Bob. I love writing Bob and Bob because one of the Bob, you have like the very like kind of like evil Bob and nice Bob, and I think that's just like the relationship dynamic is just like so relatable.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while as well.
Yeah.
For those guys. We should write more Bob and Bob stories and more like Robot and Professor stories, I think. Bob. Any plans to do time-lapse art on the YouTube channel? Yes. We already have one time-lapse video, and we're planning to do more. So if you're interested in that, let us know, and there will be plenty. Yeah.
I mean, we're drawing like almost 5 days a week, this or that, or, for the book and stuff. I think there's like enough there. I think the thing with us is that we like up until recently, we were very shy about sharing our process. So I think that's just something we have to get used to.
Yeah, definitely. Like AMAs and stuff.
Yeah.
How do I be a better slutty witch? That's a good
Excellent question.
Good question. I think the most important thing is to get a black cat. Not any cat, it should be a black cat. Get a broom. Get a vibrating broom. And be badass.
It's like a state of mind, I think. Yeah. Like being a slutty witch probably entails like not caring too much what other people think. Really like.
Except for your loved ones.
Yeah. Like not like in a toxic way, but like in a it's like.
Yeah.
Just like being like confident and I don't know.
Yeah. Anyone can be a slutty witch.
Yeah. Anyone can be a slutty witch.
Okay, last question.
Oh my god, last question
Yeah,
already.
and then
Okay.
we're done.
Oh well.
Do you dream in colors? Wow. I love that question. Do you?
Yeah, I think so. Most of the time.
I have to think about that, actually. I'm not sure if I dream in colors most of the times, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, like, remember those vibrant colors, but not all of the time.
I think colors don't play like a huge role in my dreams. Usually my dreams are very strange, so I'm usually more focused on the plot of the things happening. Like,
definitely,
I'll wake up and I'll be like, that was so nuts, like that happened and then that happened, and you also, you know, those dreams where they're really realistic and it could be like real life scenario, and then something is like a little bit off, so you get like this weird feeling.
Yeah,
I have that often.
I was wondering if there's any like deeper meaning behind it, like if people dream in colors, does that say anything about them?
But isn't it normal to dream in colors?
I don't know. That's the question.
I thought it was
Okay,
normal.
you're leaving us puzzled here. We're very confused about this one.
We're gonna
We have to Google
research
it.
that. We're
Yeah.
gonna research that later.
We have to research that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Maybe it's like really really rare to dream in color.
I don't know. It's so interesting. Okay, I can't wait to hop on that research. Okay, thank you so much for all those questions.
Oh man, it's over already.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yes, thank you. So if you enjoyed it, let us know, and send us more questions, and then we will do a follow-up.
We're getting better at this.
Yeah, we're
promise.
We're always getting better.
Okay.
Okay, and thank you again for all your support, and it really means the world to us because it helps us to continue making comics.
That's
and,
true, yeah.
Yeah, doing what we love.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I have to find the off switch here.